Hey, hi. Good evening, everybody. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Corey Rennie. I'm the Unemployable Counselor. Thank you for checking this out tonight. I'm very proud and excited because I'm going to bring to you, which is probably one of the coolest interviews I've ever done. I talked to a gentleman today who's been around for a little while. He's known by millions. People write to him every year. He has an army of people working for him to make sure that they can bring smiles and gifts to all the good boys and girls and however they identify throughout the entire world. Clearly, I'm talking about Santa Claus. Santa was kind enough to make a detour and come down here from the North Pole to sit with your unemployable counselor and talk about Christmas, talk about why he likes doing what he's doing, what are his favorite treats, what's the deal with all the reindeer, how does that work, how does Mrs. Claus fit in, how do the elves work. If you want to know questions about Santa's inner workings, I believe this is the place for you. So without further ado, I bring to you the Employable Counselor's interview with Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, however you refer to him. No matter what country you're watching this in, we can all agree on one thing. Santa Claus is Christmas magic personified. And the joy he brings to children is incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you my interview with Santa Claus. Enjoy. The Unemployable Counselor, and I'm here with Mando and a special guest. We're here with Santa Claus. Santa, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure's mine, Corey.
Well, I know this is a busy time of year for you. We got Christmas Eve is about a month away, and I know you're doing all your kind of stuff here, but I had some questions from some of the youth of Prince Albert that they just want to know, and I thought, well, Santa's a busy guy, but I'm going to reach out and see if we can get something done.
I'll do my best to answer whatever you can throw at me.
Fantastic. Well, first off, I got to ask, how's Mrs. Claus?
Making the cookies, pressing out the suit here and there. Yeah, she's doing quite well, yeah.
I'm glad to hear. I'm looking forward. I'll reach out to her later.
Oh, sure.
So what brings you to PA? Is this just a special trip for the interview today, or is there another reason behind it?
Oh, well, Santa's just, Santa's quite a busy fellow. Today I'm out specifically just for you.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought, what the heck? It's Christmas. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. Here, I got to tell you, I have a 12-year-old son, and when I told him that Santa Claus would come for an interview, he was like, I have about 100 questions.
Oh. Well, 12, they're getting a little bit old by then, but you never, I am the reason for the season, so never stop believing.
That's right. Hey. That's right. If I always say, hey, if you don't believe, Santa won't come, right?
Well, they say if you don't believe, you don't receive, right?
Oh,
some families say that, but I say I give to anyone, In fact, I was just on my way here, and a young lady was yelling at me. Santa, do you have any money? And I was like, sorry, I work for cookies, and
I didn't get your list.
No. That was, but absolutely, I'm always around, at this time of the season. So.
Well, no doubt. Well, I tell you, Prince Albert has had a lot of going on. We had elections happening, right? We had big snowfall. We have another one coming here. So I'm just gonna jump right in and ask you right away because I got, and this is the number one question I've been asked. I've been getting asked.
What's on the mind?
It is. So, and it's about your operations.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the reindeer, is there just the 8+ Rudolph?
So there's a whole bunch of reindeer. There's not just the 8. Those are the special ones that Santa is using for now. Those are the ones that you've probably heard. All the Donners and Vixens and Blitzens and all those. Those are the ones that Santa's using right now. But in the past, Santa's used other reindeer. And I would assume in the future that we have other reindeer in training that we'll use in the future too, that are preparing for the jobs. And maybe that will change. But for now, those are the standard reindeer names.
Okay.
And
They're code names for the reindeer.
Code
but-
names in some ways.
Fair
right?
enough.
Yeah.
So with Rudolph, with his nose so bright, does he only go when it's foggy, or does he kind of tag along and check things out?
I think he's temperamental. He just kind of tags along whenever he feels like it a lot of the times.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I've dated a few of those.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, well, look at this guy, eh?
Oh, so I gotta say, okay, so you go to a house, you go on the roof, there's no chimney.
Yeah.
What happens then?
I fall down. No, Santa's pretty crafty. He's got these magic keys right here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And then that'll I can't start a car with it or anything. It's just only for houses and structures and where people live. So it's not I couldn't steal your car or anything. So that's all right.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good to know.
but this will get me in if you don't have a chimney or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's
What if
kind
you
of-
didn't even have a house?
That's a good point.
You know, there's some people that don't have any houses for Christmas.
That's true.
Does Santa visit them? Yes. Santa visits everyone.
Makes for a busy night,
makes
right?
for a very busy night. You're right. Yes. Yeah, and I've got even this sack full of stuff here too we could talk about later if you ever
Absolutely.
get around to doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you can feel the Christmas magic, 'cause it sounds like a lot of this stuff is that, right? The spirit of Christmas.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And I know, so when it comes to, we all know you come in, now we know how you get in the house if there's no chimney.
Okay.
We know a little bit about the reindeer.
Right.
So
Right.
I got it. So I guess the next question I get asked to ask you
Okay.
is, what's your favorite kind of cookies?
Oh, free. No, well, look at this thing. This is my cookie zone. This is where the cookies go. So, does it look like I don't like cookies or something? I really don't have any preference on,
So Santa isn't gluten free or anything.
no, Mrs.
Oh, Mrs. Claus is?
Yes,
Oh.
she is actually. So I unfortunately have to eat all her cookies that she gets that aren't gluten-free cookies.
Oh,
So
well,
that's why.
that
That's why. Fuck.
sounds like
Cookie zone.
sounds like a good ranger. Sounds like Mrs. Claus has some tasty cookies. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
So we have the reindeer, so your sleigh. Does
Yeah.
the sleigh, is it high maintenance? Is it the same one that you've always used, or do you kind of upgrade as the times go on?
Well, as everything, technologies change, advancements in the future, better materials. So we still try to keep it as traditional as we can, without trying to go too modern.
Okay.
But yes. I mean, bells are bells, right?
That's
you know,
true.
like
That's true.
you want to digit a bell? I don't know. If they even.
I don't know how
I don't even know how that would work. But some things you have to keep very traditional in order for it to have any kind of meaning too. Take a look at the Christmas tree. Your lovely Christmas tree, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I like your little R2s and your
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Pretty nerded
And,
up this year.
very nerded up.
Yeah.
Oh, look at little Morty
you got
here.
Rick and Morty
Oh,
on
have
there.
you seen the new? What have they done to the Rick and Morty? Have
No.
you seen what they've done?
I have no.
Oh, anyway, we can talk
Yeah,
about
we'll
that
talk about it later.
Anyway,
Fair enough. Well, it's good to know that
yeah.
Santa likes
Yeah.
good adult animation.
Is that Yoda or Grogu?
Oh, we have
That's
Yoda. We got
That's
Yoda. We got
and we have some Grogu.
we got Captain Kirk and
Oh.
and Mr. Spock are up there.
Yeah.
And
Have you
we
been
got
to
a Big
Vulcan?
Lebowski. I have not.
You know you
I have
should
not,
go.
but
It's just right next to you.
I know it's on the list. I know
Oh.
we got to check it out.
Any dinosaurs up there?
That's a good question.
Oh,
I don't think we
you
have
know,
any
that's
dinosaurs.
actually kids are really huge into dinosaurs. A lot of kids,
Yeah.
wee
The
ones,
little
that
ones, eh?
love dinosaurs. So I always tell them, Saskatchewan's always we have the biggest T-Rex ever found. And
That's true.
it is
That's
true.
true, yeah.
Santa was just there. He was visiting in the summer, and yes, Santa gets out in the summer. Yeah, but
I was gonna ask. I'm like, you can't. I'm sure
Yeah,
you
yeah.
must have some downtime when
Yeah,
you're out
I
there
know.
doing the
I'm not wearing this all.
present delivery and things like that. Hey,
Yeah, I'm not wearing this the whole time. Believe me. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it'd
This is it's a
be
little
pretty
warm.
hot sitting
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a little
beach.
yeah.
Wearing your
You
Santa
get
suit.
stared at everywhere then. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no. So, and your elves, how are they doing?
Oh, how many do I have? And
Oh my goodness.
yeah. So there's different clans of elves even.
Okay.
So right now, just let me give you an example.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So Santa, when he does his visits, he'll maybe throw a little Christmas ornament or something like that. But then on the back, so there's the Santa workshop, there's the Santa maker mark, and then there's a symbol, and that's the clan of the symbol that is the
okay,
elf
yeah.
clan that is making these ornaments now.
Okay.
So in the past, there's been different clans that have made ornaments, and
Okay,
then
nice.
there's the elf name beside that clan symbol. So who's this?
Very nice.
That was, Elf Dino.
Elf Dino. That's
Oh.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That is pretty. No,
Yeah.
and it's good
And-
craftsmanship. That
And
your
so-
elves do good work.
So
It's
these
a nice.
These are actually done by the junior elves. So the wee elves, sort of like how human children are.
Yeah.
That's how a junior elf is. So just starting off on the craft of making toys. So we get them to make ornaments.
Okay.
And
kind of get
So,
them practiced up, eh? To
all
move on
year-
to toys and stuff. Eh?
practice makes perfect, and they can work at it for hundreds of years.
May I hang this
before
while
they
we're
even-
sitting here? Is that okay if I
You
hang it?
absolutely can.
Right on. We'll put it right next to Morty there. There,
Yes.
there we go.
There we are.
There, right on.
There we
What-
are.
Well, that's kind of neat. I always wondered how the elf, the class system works. So you got your different clans of elves, and they do different things.
Yeah.
Right? And it sounds like they kind of
So there's
work their way up
they work
the
their
ranks.
Way up, they get better, and every 100 years, then we check in, and are you ready? And as they're growing, they become more confident and more craftful in their skills to making toys and ornaments, and yes. So is basically the elves live for that in some ways, right?
Well, no
As-
doubt,
as
I
a
guess
sense.
it'd be. Well, I imagine,
Yeah.
and we talked about Christmas magic a little earlier,
Yeah.
and that's that's part of that. Hey, that's
Yeah?
they give so much into the toys, and you can feel that when they get it.
Right, correct. Right.
So you mentioned dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs,
For little ones. So
yeah.
I was gonna ask you what are the biggest things you get asked for? I know you said technology
So,
is.
I get a lot, when I was up north, Santa would go up north with Transwest Air. We would go up into the northern Dene communities of Wollaston and Fond du Lac, Stony, and Black Lake. And then these children would ask for guns. And I thought that was strange. But, that's the community. They go hunting with their with their elders, their cookums, their mushrooms, and they, that's lifestyle. So, and around here, kids maybe aren't going hunting as much, so maybe they want a Nintendo or a PS5 or, popular with the young girls now it seems like pink watches are in this year for some reason. I don't.
Really?
So it's every year it changes.
It kinda goes
Every
something else,
changes, yeah, and it depends on what the child, if it's a boy, girl, or
What they're doing.
other.
Exactly.
So,
I
yeah,
guess
really.
It depends what they're
Yeah.
interested in, hey, and what
Exactly.
they want to see happen, and what they just want to play with
Because
at
I'm
Christmas
sure the
time.
things you want this year weren't the same when you were 5 years old.
No, that's
No,
that's true.
that's true.
That is true. We
Yeah,
already, we
and
were.
that's kind of even Santa. It changes every year.
It's true.
Yeah.
I always one of my fondest Christmas wishes was always Lonnie Anderson from WKRP in Cincinnati, but I never got that.
If you've ever wondered.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean, but it's true, hey. And I mean, like, and one of the things I always like about Christmas time, and I was so excited to have you here, is because when you even mentioned Santa Claus with the kids, like I said, my son's 12, right. And even he was like, "Ooh," you know what I mean? Where it's like it's almost like instant joy.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is Santa is such a public figure throughout the world. Most everybody knows of Santa, right?
Absolutely. It's not just a North American thing. It's different countries.
It's not even. It's like, I mean, so if Prince Albert, there's like a lot of people from the Philippines that live in Prince Albert, right? So, and then they love Christmas over in the Philippines, right? It's a huge thing over there. So when they come here, and then so Santa, and good thing Santa knows how to say, Merry Christmas in Tagalog, for instance, which is Meligayang Pasko or Pasco. It depends on the region. So again, there's many different things. In Hawaiians, Melakaliki Maka, right? So you have to know all these different things of how to say Merry Christmas in different languages, even.
It makes sense. Yeah. And you think, of course, Santa would have to be bilingual. He'd have to know the languages where he goes. Because I know I gave you credit because I was trying to practice some of the names you've been called in other countries, and some of it I'm like I don't think I could do that. I can barely speak English.
And that's a rabbit hole because there's if you just went to Europe alone, there's so many variations on Santa and Santa Claus. Yeah. There's like a lady who delivers presents. Like it's all different. Almost every country has a different tradition on what they believe.
And that's the magic of it.
Yeah, and that's the magic.
Because at the core, it's the same premise, it takes on a life of its own.
It's the based off of a real saint in some ways, right? Saint Nicholas, and then you have that lore that is created from that, which people just change the lore over the years to fit traditions.
Exactly.
And
match
country,
the times, right?
And match with the times and the styles and your some people have religious beliefs and some people don't believe in that, or and that's fine too.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's one of the coolest things. There is the fact that as time goes on, things change, but the core values and principles of what Santa Claus is and what he does is still there, right? And it's about the goodness. It's being kind to others. So you treat other people. Yes. Free cookies.
It's not what you receive; it's what you give into the world.
Absolutely.
That it makes the person who you are. It's not what you get; it's what you give.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I get that. It sounds like I think some of your elves are doing some work, so you might hear some doors closing in the background. But that's okay. I'm sure they're just putting some really big presents under my tree because I've been so nice this year. Although I might have just got myself off the list now. But no, okay, so one thing is to talk about other countries and things like that. So with technology and with like NORAD or is tracking you on Christmas Eve,
they try to track.
Do you find that kind of difficult? Is it kind of annoying, or is it like it's like, hey, I'm just doing my job, man?
It seems like everybody wants to know where Santa is on that one night, So track away if you can, I say.
Well, I tell you, they still. But you know what? No matter how much technology gets advanced, they're still a step behind you. So you got to give you credit for that, right?
That's correct.
Absolutely,
that's correct.
Absolutely. So we talked about like some of the presents and and stuff like that. Have you had any requests where it's like you mentioned like the guns, and it makes sense because if you're hunting communities,
that's snowmobiles and guns is what they wanted up there, right? Big ticket items, right?
Exactly.
I mean, toys are toys, and everything like that. But
stuff they're thinking, we can use this. We can go hunting. We can travel out there to get it, right? They're practical.
It's community based up there, and because they don't have much. up in that area. They don't have a lot of entertainment. So what do? They go off into and they try to keep with their traditions and do the trapping and do the hunting, the caribou and stuff like that. So it's different, yeah, different, and you're still in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say,
You're not even in a different world, It's
Yeah.
like it's regional.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's so cool that you go up and you visit these communities that might not get, except for Christmas Eve, they might not get a visit
No,
from Santa to tell them what they want. For
Exactly
Christmas,
right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So I
that's
imagine
true.
going in there and seeing like the little kids and seeing their eyes just must go. It just must make your heart melt.
It's
hey?
there's a lot of nice gestures and a lot of good kids out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and over the many years I've been doing this, it's you get to kind of see everybody over the years and you get to see them grow.
That's the coolest part.
Which
of
is
year
the
to
really
year.
cool part. Yeah.
Well, like you said, like you were Santa Claus, right? You saw them when they're little,
Yeah.
and they have kids, and their kids are coming to see you.
Yeah,
Like, that would be pretty cool.
It's a
Like,
cycle.
oh, I remember
You
I
really
remember
get to
your dad.
see the cycle of life, and then you get to see all those connections that those people have made and who they're connected with. Especially if you have Facebook. You get to see all the
That's
sorts
exactly-
of really cool connections there.
That's right. Technology has some cool things. It can keep us closer together.
Yes,
in that regard,
yeah.
sometimes. Hey,
Absolutely.
well, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, no, this has been, this is, like I've lived in PA all my life, and just the sense of the city, people say things about PA, and every city has social issues, but like you said,
I get it. There's a lot of WTF PAs, right? That sort of platform. But you can be positive and care about your community. Doesn't matter where you are.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, because
Doesn't matter where you are. And people they have good hearts here in Prince
They do.
Albert. Yeah, they do.
they do.
They're
In our line of work, when you're working with kids, we always say there's no bad kids,
No.
it's just there's there's just
Kids are great when they're not your own too.
absolutely.
Usually,
I find that
yeah.
I find that too.
Yeah.
I know my elf over there. He's he's really good. He's not afraid to hit another one's kid. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But no, but I mean that's what I mean. There's so much good in the world, and I think a lot of times we focus on the negatives.
Right.
That it's nice to kind of look at the positives.
Right.
I got every time when I think of you going to a community like that, I already start smiling because just can you imagine
It does.
joy
It does present a sense of positivity that people do look for throughout the holidays. Christmas is a special time
it is.
in some ways. There's a feel that you don't get in the summer. It's called cold. But there's also a warming feel. When you see a nice Christmas tree or lights, or you're driving and someone's got a real cool, awesome house is decorated. Yeah, it makes you feel good. You want to look. You want to go. Burn the gas, drive around, check out the lights.
Yeah. Well, I remember as a kid, that's something with my parents. They would drive around and be like, "Hey, let's just go look at the lights."
It's not free, but it's a low cost thing the family can do to enjoy themselves over the holidays.
And it's a bonding thing, right? It's those kind of memories never really fade.
And I'm actually very grateful for for being Santa. I get to go see how people Christmas every year, right? Not normally you can't just go into some stranger's house, right?
Yeah, so if I had a key that could
but
open
I
the door,
can.
they'd call the police if I showed up.
But it's sort of like a vampire. I get invited in, so it's not. It's like,
well, it's true.
I'm not just showing up, right?
That's true. They put food out.
You're leaving out cookies for
that's
me.
True. That's okay. It's you're like a member of the family that comes to visit, right?
I won't bite your neck though.
That's good. That's good. So, okay. So I imagine between now and Christmas Eve, you guys are super busy. Do you have any Like big events in
So
PA coming up.
so Santa in Prince Albert, Santa and the Grinch.
Ooh.
Whoa! Have
that's a
you know the
team-up.
Grinch? You know the Grinch?
No.
Oh.
I've seen him
You've
on
seen
TV.
him around?
I've seen the Grinch's
So yes,
shenanigans.
so
but I haven't-
there's Santa, the Grinch, Cindy Lou Who, Max the dog, and now we have Buddy the elf coming to our Festivus 24 this year at the East End Rink on December 8th is when
December
it
8th.
12 to 5. It's free. Show up. Get your picture. Bring your magic picture takers, and you can get yourself
right.
a free picture
That's
for
pretty cool.
yourself.
Dust off the
Hot
Polaroid.
chocolate is donated by Smitty's, the kind enough to donate hot chocolate.
Oh, nice.
Candy canes and such. I have many elves volunteering, people that are, and then we have these giant stockings that are one for a girl, and they're each $500 worth of toys in there. So you can buy tickets for that.
Wow.
If you wish. Yeah. But if not, show up. And but we do take donations, because we take donations for the Boreal Health Foundation, for the Pediatrics Children's
nice.
Unit, and we do for Mont St. Joe's. We give all money collected back to those organizations and stuff. It's something that I just started doing about 3 years ago now, and it seems to people like the whole free thing.
Oh, no, and like you listen, like okay, not only like Santa Claus, the headliner, absolutely, but I mean the fact that they can come for free, and like you said, you got the Grinch, you got Cindy Lou, you got Max the dog, and you got Buddy the elf.
Exactly.
That's
right.
pretty good.
Yeah, like and every year, I'm hoping to make it a little bit more. It's kind of always the same, but there's I'd like to add another character here and there that you can get your picture taken with, and should be good. Should be real good. We've had hundreds of people come throughout the 4 hours or whatever. It's kind of like a little pop-up thing, right? So
absolutely.
And then Donnie, he donates the hall. So really, I mean, it's so awesome that there's community that want to, and Lisa and Cam will, he sets up his little inflatables all over, so it looks all festive. We've got a nice we've got a nice backdrop for pictures. And there's there's nice music playing, Christmas festive music.
Right on.
Oh, you're getting tired, my boy.
Right, so do you have any? He wants to know if can pets come?
So our dog is a registered therapy dog.
Okay.
She is allowed to be there, and I've
makes sense.
I've been fielded that question before, but I think there is some restrictions on what if.
And that makes sense, right? Because
you
got kids and stuff. Absolutely.
If it's not a specific event for pets themselves, then you should definitely always ask before you bring your little furry companion with you. Yeah.
Well, another question I know Amanda had was, do dogs get presents from Santa on Christmas Eve?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, is that? Hey.
What's your favorite thing?
No, you can't say whiskey.
Oh.
He's got expensive tastes. No, my dog, he's Mando. He's a good boy this year, so we'll have to see what we can do for him.
Be good. You put a stocking out for him, and
absolutely.
Yeah, I think most people do. I've got to go get my little pupper dogs some new collars this year. Is what Santa's gonna get for them.
That's good. I know we had to get one for Mando too, because he was outgrew his, so we had to get a new one.
Aw,
I know he's a good boy. Well, no, that sounds so. That was December 8th. You said, right? Down at where was that again?
East End Rink. December 8th. It's a Sunday, 12 to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that sounds pretty good. We'll have to. We're gonna check
absolutely.
that out for sure.
You're invited.
Absolutely. We'll come by. We'll invited. Everyone go down. Exactly. Get your picture taken. That's pretty awesome. I gotta say.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Santa, this was awesome. This was one of those things for me. I'm like, when I wanted to do this, boy, if I could interview anyone, who would it be? And you were right at the top of the list. I gotta say,
not the Grinch, eh?
not the Grinch.
Oh,
No.
sorry,
Well,
Grinch.
well, he's second or third down. I might have to reach out to him and see what we can do
Have
there.
you seen the female Grinch, the she Grinch, the lady Grinch?
I have not, but
Oh,
I'm actually quite
She made
intrigued.
her debut last weekend, and it was she did a pretty
Oh man,
awesome job there.
that sounds pretty good.
So if you see a female Grinch running around, don't be too shocked.
I
don't think it's a transgender. That maybe married to the Grinch. I don't know.
I don't know what the deal. Well, no, that's
So,
that is
it's
okay.
an ever-changing world out there. So
It is.
who
Don't worry.
knows?
I'll see. Well, I'll see if I can get the female Grinch's phone number, and I'll find out that stuff for you.
Oh,
All right.
Put it in your little black book, eh? Oh.
Yeah. We will. No, and honestly, from Mando and I just want to thank you for coming, making a special trip in
I
from
would
the
like
North
to
Pole.
thank you for putting up a lovely Christmas tree and asking me some lovely questions.
Oh no, believe me, it was our pleasure. You do such good work around town, and you bring joy to so many kids and stuff like that. That's amazing.
I mean, that's why people Santa.
Yeah.
You can Santa. You can Santa. Anyone can Santa.
There's a little bit of Santa in all of us, eh?
It's about giving. Giving.
It is.
Giving.
No, it's true. I know. No doubt. I need to find a Mrs. Claus. That's what I need to find. But we'll figure that stuff out. But hey,
maybe she'll find you.
It could be. It might be on my list this year. I'm not sure. Well, anyways, I just want to thank you for the interview, and for Mando and I and our team at the Unemployable Counsellor.
Yes.
Thank you very much, and everyone out there, have a Merry Christmas and a great holiday season, and we'll talk more soon.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you all.
I want to thank Chris Kringle, Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, Santa Claus, for sitting down with this interview today. I learned a lot about the man, the myth, the legend that is Santa. We had a good fun. Boy, Santa's got a good sense of humor. That was kind of cool to see. I might make it on the nice list after all, I'm hoping. But one thing I got from talking to Santa Trav today was that it doesn't cost us much just to be decent and kind human beings. And everybody deserves to have a little bit of decency and kindness in their life. And when I think about Christmas, I think about those pieces. And I think about the fact that even though we might not be where we want to be, we can still show a little kindness each day. Put a little love in our hearts, as the song goes. And most importantly, make sure the next generation knows what kindness is. It's not a weakness. It's a strength. And talking to Santa today, he's one of the strongest guys I've ever met. So, on that note, thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm kind of obligated to say that at this point. And I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Take care, happy holidays, and be kind to each other.